Hey everybody, Andy Kvernen here with another Cornerstone Connection Daily Devotional. I wonder if you've ever heard Sheryl Crow's song, If It Makes You Happy. In the song, in the verses, she describes all those things that people might do in order to find satisfaction. And in the chorus, she comes to this conclusion. She says, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad, right? But then she says, if it makes you happy, then why are you so sad? And I left out a couple of words there for obvious reasons. If it makes you happy, the world might say, well, it can't be that bad. As long as you're finding joy in it, as long as it's true to your authentic self, it can't be that bad. And yet, if the things that you're pursuing make you happy, why are you still unsatisfied? Why do you still not have satisfaction? And I think the Apostle John writes to this in his first letter, 1 John chapter 2. And I want you to hear what John says. He says, do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the desires of the flesh and the desires of the eyes and pride of life, is not from the Father, but is from the world. And the world is passing away along with its desires. But whoever does the will of God abides forever. John says, look, don't look to the world for your happiness. The world is an empty pursuit in terms of happiness. He says all that's in the world, the desires of the flesh, the desires of the eyes, the pride of life, that's not from the Father. That's not from the true source of happiness. That's from the world. And guess what? The world is passing away. The world is passing away along with its desires. But here's what doesn't pass away. The will of God. Focus your efforts on the will of God. And it strikes me there's some really beautiful corollaries in 1 John 2 to what we talked about at Cornerstone this past Sunday. At Cornerstone this past Sunday, we talked about God's maintenance plan for kingdom living, and it involves asking, seeking, and knocking. And we said that the things that we're asking, seeking, and knocking for are sustenance, our significance, and our sanctuary. We ask God for that which we need, daily bread. We need that. We ask God for significance. We want to know how we fit in His grand kingdom plan. And then we ask God for sanctuary. We knock at the door and say, God, can I come in? And of course He does. He opens the door to us. And we find joy and satisfaction in worship, in His presence. Well, what does John say are the things of the world? He says the things of the world are the desires of the flesh. Our flesh seeks out satisfaction, seeks out sustenance apart from God. But true satisfaction, true sustenance is found in God. And so we ask God for those things. John says what else we seek in the world is the desire of the eyes. Our eyes look around. How do I fit? How do I know that I matter in this world? And if we're looking to this world for those answers, we come up short. We come up frustrated, disappointed. But when we seek the things of God, we find the things of God. God avails Himself to us, and we start to understand, I actually am gifted in specific ways that contribute to what God is doing. And in that, I'm blessed. There's great joy, there's great satisfaction, there's great significance in finding out what God desires of me. And so we seek the Lord and His kingdom, and in that we find satisfaction. The third thing that John talks about here is the pride of life. In what are we worshiping? And what are we placing our trust? And the pride of life says that we're putting our focus on that which we can build, on that which we can manufacture. But when we knock on the door of Jesus and we say, hey, can I come in? And of course, He opens the door to us when we come to Him in faith. We realize there's only one person worth worshiping in this world, in this universe. It's God. And anything that we try to build pales in comparison to what God has built, to who God is. And so the antithesis of the desires of the flesh and the desires of the eyes and the pride of life are exactly what Jesus teaches in the Sermon on the Mount. Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened. Are you struggling with your happiness these days? Are you frustrated that the things that you're pursuing, the things that you love, are coming up short? Let me ask you, are you asking? Are you seeking? Are you knocking at the door of heaven? Are you coming to Jesus with those desires? Come to Jesus, ask, seek, and knock, and watch Him work. Friends, the things of the world are passing away. The things of Jesus never do. You can trust Him. God bless you.